Hello there, wise, wonderful women, and welcome to another episode of Sunday Peppys. I'm Jane Mines of Wise, Wonderful Woman. Glad you're here. Today's theme is on instinctive spontaneity. Instinctive spontaneity. In all honesty, I have been feeling like shit recently because my brain has been in a worrisome loop for several days now, which affects my sleep. So I'm only getting 2 to 3 hours of sleep at night, and that just makes me loop even more in worry. My guess is that you can probably relate to that, especially in this midlife category age group where we have a lot of things going on, and less sleep is sometimes one of the things that can happen, and less sleep affects our brain in a big way, and it affects mine. And when I'm in a worrisome loop and I end up not getting enough sleep, it sets me up for a downward spiral. And that downward spiral sets me up for crazy thinking, which is about my inner critics, my self-doubt, gets me by the throat and gives me a throwdown, something fierce. And my intellectual brain and all my therapy brain can say, that's not true, none of it's true, it's all not real. And yet it feels real, and it makes it hard to move through the day. It makes it hard to make choices. It makes it hard to do a video like this when voices in our heads are going, yeah, stupid. And my guess is that you can relate to this as well. This phenomenon of when you're like, yeah, you're going to tear into life and do what it is you want to do, and you lose a little sleep, or what it is you're doing pushes some buttons, and then boom, there you are, and the stage is set for your inner critics and all the bullshit in your head to start talking you out of something, or wanting to change your mind and not do things. And that in and of itself is so de-energizing. When we want to do something, when we want to do a video, we want to do a class or a workshop, or we want to write a book, or we want to paint a room, it doesn't matter what the heart's desire is. And then there we go with the inner self-talk that wants to talk us out of it. And so that takes a lot of energy to try to stay the course with what it is we want to do. So last night, I was so tired I couldn't sleep. So I came out and walked down the end of our driveway and stood in the middle of the street, and the gift that was here and what lured me down here was an entire field and conference of what are they called? Night flies, the light bugs, lightning bugs, fireflies. And the field was covered with them, the ditches were covered with them, and there was a little bit of moon shining through. And because I live in the country, I had an entire 30-40 minutes to just stand in the street, walk down the road, right in the middle of the road, and enjoy myself. This whole field back here was filled with these little sparkling lights. And as I was watching them, I felt compelled to mimic them. I know that fireflies each emit their own little signal as they're looking around for their mate, like, how you doing? Here's my little flicker. And so in watching them, I was struck by, they were just following their instincts. That's what they do. They weren't thinking about, ooh, is my butt right, flashing the right sign? Am I going to find somebody? Oh, it's dark. They don't do that. They do their instincts spontaneously. They can't help it because they're fireflies. I think it's one of the things that we love so much about animals, about nature, is they just do what they do, what they're wired to do. And so what I did is I felt compelled to do a firefly dance and just mimic them. So I was dancing in the middle of the road, in the middle of the night, and just feeling, what's that like to dance like a firefly? What does that feel like when I'm out looking for a mate and I was pretending that my butt was lighting up and I was doing this thing and I'm just throwing my shit down and I'm out here, I can fly, it's great. We just had a rainstorm, so it was humid out here. It was wonderful. But what it got me back in touch with is what that feels like when we get in touch with that essence of who we are. And again, that's one of the beauties of looking at nature and connecting with that energy. When we connect with an oak tree, we connect with a firefly, we connect with a tree, a bird. We're getting our memory back about who we really are, which is way bigger than the bullshit that we talk about in our heads. The small thinking of, I can't do this, I have to do this perfect. I need another training in order to do this. Who am I to think that I can do this? People are going to think I'm stupid. Nature and animals do not think that way. They just respond to life. They respond to life. So my invitation to you is to find ways to connect with nature and to energetically feel, if you see a beautiful tree and you're second guessing yourself, or you're feeling a little shaky, or you're feeling like, oh, I'm not all 100% all in my own self, borrow from nature and dance what that oak tree is like. Dance what that firefly is like. Move unedited with that nature element that you want to connect with, and let yourself do it. Let your body guide you so that you can bypass the intellect, which is going to be more on the side of wanting to analyze and judge and tell you how to dance like an oak tree. This is a body-based, energy-based movement where you just connect and you just connect and you just connect, and you allow yourself to move to the energy of that piece of nature. And when we're in a shitty place, at least when I'm in a shitty place, I forget about that practice to borrow from nature and to connect and move. And as soon as I was doing that, I could feel some relief coming in. And I could get my memory back again. It's like, yes, I know who I am, and I can move forward. I can do instinctive spontaneity. I don't have to analyze everything. All right, hope that helps you out, and I will see you on the next episode of Sunday Peppys. All right, my dear, take care, and please know truly that you are enough, just exactly as you are. All right, bye-bye.